These are some of the most impossible single game stat lines in NBA history. And guess what? Wilt's not even on this list. NBA players have gone full-blown 2K mode in the 2022-23 season. Luka made history by becoming the first player ever to record a 60-point, 20-rebound, 10-assist triple-double. Donovan Mitchell became the 7th player in NBA history to drop 70. Giannis became the 3rd player ever to have a 40-point double-double in 3 straight games. And the craziest part is, all of this happened in 1 week. But if you think all 3 of these performances are impossible, just wait until you hear these 3 stat lines. For the first one, we need to travel all the way back to 1978, where we'll find the only player ever to score for both teams in the same game. It happened on November 8th, 1978, when the New Jersey Nets faced off against the Philadelphia 76ers. The game was actually pretty normal, up until the middle of the 3rd quarter, when the ref Richie Powers suddenly turned into Oprah. But instead of handing out cars, he was handing out texts, and gave 3 technical fouls to Nets coach Kevin Lowry, and another 2 to Bernard King, who also finished the game with 3 technicals. However, by league rules, that can't happen. The Nets filed a protest, which they eventually won, by the way, and both teams agreed to restart the game at a future date from when the fiasco actually happened. This is where Eric Money comes in. Since the rematch was scheduled in late March, the Sixers and Nets decided to make a trade. And to this day, Money is the only player in NBA history to have points to his name in the box score for both teams. Now let's fast forward to 1999 for our second stat, when Cal Bowdler became the first player ever to commit 7 fouls during the shot clock era in a game between the Hawks and the Blazers. How did it happen? Well, you can thank the scorekeeper for this one. You see, the game was a blowout ever since the 3rd quarter, and when Bowdler committed his official 6th foul with 2:52 left on the clock, the Blazers called a timeout. Bowdler just went right back into the game and nobody said anything. If he didn't commit a foul just 50 seconds later, Bowdler had a chance to become the only disqualified player to ever score a point. But I guess being the first player with 7 fouls in a game isn't too shabby either. Now the last one technically isn't as impossible as the first 2, given that coaches could be very tactical these days. But in 2012, one player finished the game with 1 turnover in 0 minutes. With 4.2 seconds left in the game and the Raptors trailing by 1, Dwayne Casey decided to let his vet Rasual Butler inbound the ball. The only problem? Butler couldn't inbound the ball in time, which led to a 5-second violation. And since the clock never actually started, Butler's box score was filled with zeros and 1 turnover. So if you thought that impossible records only belonged to Hall of Famers, think again, because bench players own some too. Sometimes all you need is a little technicality for it to happen.